Greetings, hello, and welcome to Summer Alchemy episode 6, the final episode of the Summer Alchemy series. My name is Tonya Poole, and I am so thankful that you've been with me this whole summer. I hope you have been with me this whole summer. This last episode is all about how to survive Virgo season. So I hope you watched episode 5 because episode 5 was titled Everybody's a Virgo, including you. And if you've been watching any of the seasonal alchemy or summer alchemy series for any length of time, you know that. And if you don't know, I'm here to tell you. we're all made up of all of the 12 signs of the zodiac. So no matter when your birthday is, when the sun is in a particular sign, it is kind of like a sign for you to focus on the energy of that particular astrological sign. So right now, today I'm filming this on September 10th, 2018, and the sun is still in the sign of Virgo. And so that means no matter when your birthday is, you are a Virgo, and this is the time to delve into all of the Virgo energies and making sure that you're on point, because each sign has a gift to give us. Each sign has a lesson to teach us so that we can be our best selves or grow, mature to our best selves. And so Virgo has its own lessons, just like Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and all of the other signs. So let's see, before I get started, like I said before, if you have not watched episode 5, Everybody's a Virgo, including you, I encourage you to watch that. I'll try to remember to put the link below. Also, like, subscribe, and share. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, because I have a very special offer that actually ends during Virgo season, or at the end of Virgo season. So you want to make sure that you get those details so you can get in on this awesome sale. And so I will go ahead and get started. If you watched episode 5, you know that there are some basics to Virgo energy. Virgo energy is very perfecting. It teaches us how to perfect, how to get better and better at what we do. Virgo energy is a very much routine. Virgo energy likes or teaches us about the importance of having routines, and every routine leads us to an expected end, right? So if you have a routine of eating junk food every day, there's an outcome to that. If you have a routine to being generous, there is an outcome to that, So each of our routines and each of our habits has an expected outcome. And Virgo season reminds us about those routines. And then lastly, Virgo is, not lastly, because there's tons of information about Virgo energy, but the last one that I'm going to focus on is Virgo, and the house in which Virgo sits in the sky is the sign of health. How you engage in your health, your mental, spiritual, physical health, is all governed by Virgo energy. So even if you are a Taurus, or you are an Aries or Sagittarius or whatever, if you have health concerns, health issues, or even if you just have a particular health routine, that is governed by the Virgo within you, by the Virgo energy within you. And so Virgo season is the time of looking at health. And so here are 3 ways to survive Virgo season, or 3 self-care tips to get to make Virgo season successful for you. Number 1 is to dig into the details. Again, Virgo energy is very perfecting. Sometimes, Virgo gets the reputation for trying to be perfect, or perfectionists, and people who have a lot of Virgo energy in their chart may tend to be very perfectionist in some ways, can even slip over into OCD a little bit. But when it's healthy, that Virgo energy teaches us how to dig into the details so that we can grow into greater perfection. So what does that mean? So Virgo follows Leo, right? So Leo in the middle of summer was all about fun and creativity and, the heart chakra and all of that kind of stuff. And Leo was the 5th sign of the zodiac. And then we enter into Virgo, which is the 6th sign, which is halfway through. And so this is kind of a sign to say, okay, we're halfway through the astrological year. What have you done with your energy this year? What have you done with your time? How have you applied yourself? How have you improved? The things that you said that you wanted to experience and do and have back in early spring, are you on your way to that? Have you fallen off? And so Virgo encourages us to look at the details of our life. If we say that, we made a declaration that we wanted to improve our credit, for example. Virgo energy digs into the details of, okay, let's pull that credit report. Okay, let's look at the charges that's on there. Okay, is there anything that's on there that should not be? And how do you get that taken off? Virgo energy also looks at, if we want to stay in that vein, do you have any refunds that are owed to you? Dig into the details. So many of us have money that is out there that is owed to us, but we don't know that we have that because we don't do the research. Virgo is very analytical and research oriented, and it encourages us to dig into the details so that we can get real information that could be transformative for us. Ask questions. Virgo energy encourages us to ask questions. If we're unclear about something or unsure about something, we need clarity. Virgo, because it likes to dig into the details, Virgo energy encourages us to do that. Virgo does not allow us to just kind of gloss over the details and just kind of hope and pray and wish that everything will be all right. Virgo actually causes us to dig into the details. For example, I just had a situation recently where I thought insurance had covered or had paid a certain portion of a bill that I had. And when I was going over the paperwork, I realized that claim never went through. And that's something I could have just totally overlooked and just kept paying my portion and not realize it. But that Virgo energy is what caused me to look into the details to see really what is going on. So Virgo encourages us to look at the details and not to gloss over things because, the saying like the devil's in the details or whatever. Sometimes it's those details that derail us. And so it's so important for us to look at the details so that we can do what we need to do, and stay on top of things. And so that is step number 1, or self-care tip number 1. Is dig into the details. Number 2 is practice, then perfect. The saying that practice makes perfect. That is a very Virgo-esque statement. Virgo, this time of year, reminds us the importance of practice. Practice. If you're wanting to get better at anything, you have to practice. I mean, and it could be something as, as obvious, a lot of times we think of things like, you want to be a better singer, so you're going to practice, or you want to play football better, so you go to practice. But it could be something small, like maybe you gossip all the time. And so you have to actually practice shutting your mouth. Virgo, the reason why it gets that reputation for being perfect or striving towards perfection is not because it was just born this way. I mean, I'm a Virgo and we like to think we were born this way, but really it comes through practice. Anything that you will be good at comes through practice, comes through doing what you need to do. As I stated earlier, Virgo is the halfway point of the astrological year. So it causes us to reflect on our practices. What are we practicing on? What is the distance between our good and our great? Okay, so you may be good, and good is fine, but good is not good enough a lot of times. If you want to be great, that requires practice. That requires putting in effort. That requires putting in your energy to get better and better at the things that you want to get better at in your life. And only you know what those things are. So whatever those things are, Virgo season is the time to review those things and ask yourself, what practices, or how am I practicing getting better and better? And what the people who are better than I am at this particular thing, what do they do to get there? Which leads me to the third and final tip on how to survive Virgo season successfully is to examine your routines. What do you do every day? You know, what are your habits? What do you habitually do? Our habits are usually very subconscious. We don't even realize that we're doing them. And habits are kind of governed by Virgo's opposite sign, which is Pisces. So it kind of hides in the subconscious. But those subconscious habits create real time results. So what are your habits? You know, are your habits taking you to where you want to be? Are your habits taking you away from where you want to go? Remember that your habits and your routines are commitments. Whatever you do every day, whether you are intentional about it or not, you are committed to those things. So look at the things that you are committed to doing, saying, thinking, acting, you know, and ask yourself, how is this helping me to grow? How is this pushing me towards the things that I say that I want to do and experience in my life? You know, ask yourself those questions. Again, your routines are your commitments, and actually routines are like rituals. You know, routines and habits are those daily rituals. So a lot of times we think of rituals as these big elaborate, you know, either religious type things or, you know, very deeply spiritual, but we perform rituals every single day through our habits. What are you ritualizing in your life? What are you know, rituals bring things to life. So what are you bringing to life that you do or don't want through your habits? And so those are the three things. Dig into the details. Practice, practice, practice in order to perfect, and to examine your routines, your habits, and your rituals. So those are the three things in order to survive Virgo season with success. This is the final episode of Summer Alchemy. I'm so excited because Fall Alchemy is like right on the horizon, because fall is in a few weeks from now. And so make sure that you like, subscribe, share, follow. All those links are below. So that you can stay tuned. Make sure you also go to my website, TonyaPoole.com, and at the top there is a sign-in where once you sign in, you get an excerpt of my book, The Magic of Self-Love, but then you also get updates every time I have a new product or a new video available to you. Now, the sale that I promised, or the special little thing that I promised to give you. As you know, some of you, if you've been following, you know that my birthday has fallen during Virgo season. It was just a couple of weeks ago. And as my gift to you, I am offering the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading for 20% off the current price. Now, a natal chart reading, if you're not familiar, is basically where an astrologer such as myself will pull your natal chart, will look at where all of the planets were during the time of your birth, and give you insight onto what your purpose is in life, why you attract the things you attract, why are you attracted to the things that you are attracted to, what is the best way for you to partner in life. And again, I tell people this all the time, your natal chart isn't something that is so written in stone that you can't change anything. What it does is that it tells you what energies, what tools, what powers you came into this world with, and then how to use that power to create the life that you desire. And so the Magic of Me natal chart reading is available until September 22nd at 20% off. After that, the price will actually go up. So I encourage you, if you have been on the fence about, you know, wanting to see what a natal chart reading is and have me to do it, and I would love to do that for you, make sure that you go to TonyaPoole.com and click Work With Me, or you can go to Shop and book that reading before September 22nd. So that is my birthday gift to you. Until we meet again, which I'm thinking I probably won't do another video until Fall Alchemy starts, I am wishing you much peace and love. Talk soon.